You?
I'm doing very well.
Excellent, excellent. Chatting cryptocurrency is always such an interesting thing, and right now in the news all over the globe, we've just seen a massive interest again. Elon Musk, you couldn't miss it. It was in the news.
It was
It went out
everywhere.
of the news. It came back into the news. He was in. He was out. Now cryptocurrency seemed to have been taking a little bit of a knock. There was a little bit of a ripple, but has it had a total negative effect on cryptocurrency?
Yeah, what happens is, with cryptocurrency, people they think in different ways and they look at it in different angles as well. But the big gun says, people they say big guns always go for big things. So, like for example, now you saw Elon Musk actually mentioned something about cryptocurrency and his company. And I believe you already know about Tesla cars. They're saying they haven't sold their bitcoins, and still now, as you can see, Bitcoin is now going up again. So it all depends. But the thing is, cryptocurrency is actually going to really hit the skyrocket.
Interesting. Many people were saying last week that they heard, oh gosh, there's so much going on. Elon Musk is now out of it again. Oh, you must stay away from cryptocurrency. But that's not really the case, is it?
It is not really the case. People they take it in different ways, like I said. But big guys when they come and actually say something negative about the cryptocurrency, what will happen? People they panic, and then when they come back again, people they actually jump into it. So at this stage, I can tell you that cryptocurrency is the one of the most important currency that we should jump into now. If we don't jump into it now, then people in the near future they will actually regret.
Indeed. And there's not just one cryptocurrency. We've spoken about this before on Monday mornings. There's Bitcoin, and there's so many others. And just because the one seems to be in the spotlight doesn't mean that they all are.
Yeah. What happens is, with cryptocurrencies, remember, just like the family, there's always the granny, there's uncle, and there's kids that will be actually growing from the generations and generations. So, like cryptocurrencies, you can see we have Bitcoin, which is the first cryptocurrency that was introduced or invented, and then also we have the other altcoins that are there that are actually also there on market, also having the most impact or the powerful value in on market as well. So if you look at, for example, we have the coin that is coming from the company that we work for or that we are doing the business with, which is called Mining City. We have the coins like Air Cash, we have Bitcoin Vault. Those coins they have the strong system that is actually holding it or that is pushing its value to go really high. So which is different from the father, which is Bitcoin, because obviously the son might be more stronger than the father because he has the more knowledge that is being poured to the son as they grow. So now look at the altcoins, which is the other coin that are actually coming up from the coins that are invented before. Like now we have Bitcoin. The value of Bitcoin is high. We all understand that, but sometimes it goes down, it goes up because it's volatile. But when you look at now the other currencies like yen finance, I believe you've seen that it's even now on top of Bitcoin in terms of its value. So when you look at it, you can see that people they only focus on Bitcoin itself, not knowing that in crypto space there are so many coins that has different values, and the currency itself it is actually dominating and it's going really to change the world. Yeah.
It's such an interesting world. Um, People looking from the outside in when they don't know much about cryptocurrency would be forgiven for saying this is so confusing. I'd rather just leave. I don't know what's going on. This is not for me.
Yeah.
How do you address that?
So in this case, I would say, people they quickly judge things before they get educated about it. So the most important thing is people they just need to be educated, that they will know how they can actually adopt the system that will be actually coming into the existence. So for example, remember in the old days we used to have the landline phones, and that was in 1980s, 1970s. But as we are speaking today, you cannot go around holding a landline phone. Now you're having a cell phone. And at that time, there was no way that you could send money from another country to other country that would go instantly. So like Bitcoin now, Bitcoin has just come to change the currency that is there right now to be the currency of the future, which is going to be the digital currency, which is giving people the power back to them from the way the system it operates at the moment.
It's interesting that people are saying, but digital money. It's such a new thing, but actually it isn't, because when you use your card and you go to an ATM and you do electronic banking, or you go online on your computer and you do electronic banking.
Exactly. So
it's digital, isn't it?
It is digital already. For example, I see most of people, they buy airtime online, and that doesn't mean that you're going to really going to use the exact currency that you just put in, but you're just putting in the digits, and then those digits will be the airtime that you're going to be using to buy whatever that you to call or to purchase anything that you want to. So people, they get confused because the technology actually keep evolving. So as it evolves, people, they don't really see, or they don't really want to engage as quick as they can, because obviously if they engage as quickly without understanding it, they will be doomed. So the only thing that I can advise people to do is, people, they just need to be educated, and they learn. As they learn, they will be able to really engage so well and go together like hand in hand with the crypto space. So as it is now, you can see people, they think otherwise. When they hear about Bitcoin, they'll be like, oh, it's a scam. But cryptocurrency itself, it's not really it's not a scam. Or people, they'll be like, this is something that I don't really to participate in, forgetting that this is where the world is moving to. So at this stage, I would advise people to start taking action in cryptocurrency, because as we are speaking today, what is the value of one Bitcoin? What is the value of one Ethereum? What is the value of 1 yen finance? So people, they didn't know about all these, but if they come and get knowledge, we'll actually educate them until they understand. And it's simple. People, they can still have Bitcoin from their comfort zone of their places, like on your phone. You can really do it by yourself without consulting anyone. So all that they just need is to be educated, and as they get educated, they'll now know how to do it. Just like now, everyone is now familiar on using WhatsApp. Everyone is familiar on using cell phone, which was not in existence before. So now, as it is now, cryptocurrency is going to be really the very same thing again. And I can say other companies are already actually allowing people to get their salary in cryptocurrency. And now, if you are to go into the community, our community in South Africa here, we see other people, they don't even have any clue about how cryptocurrency is, what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain technology, how they can actually take part into it, how they can actually change their lives with this technology of crypto space. So it is very, very important that people should actually at least open their ears and allow themselves to learn and engage into this new evolving world.
It's such an interesting angle, Prince. You find supermarkets, for example, and retailers are giving away loyalty points.
Exactly.
And they're saying afterwards, well, you can trade them for
real
cash.
money.
Yes, for real
exactly.
money.
You can cash it out.
Isn't that just another form of currency? And maybe it's not as deeply encrypted as what we know as cryptocurrency, but it is just another form of digital currency, isn't it?
It is exactly another form of digital currency, but people, they don't really know, or they don't realize that. Only that at this moment, they're looking at the way it is explained as how they can get it. So in this case, we could say, if you get those points, that you can still convert into real money and also purchase something with it. It is just as how the crypto space has been created. Only that people, they haven't heard so much about cryptocurrency. So related to that, you can see that as you get those points, you can convert them into real cash. Same as cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, L-Cash, Bitcoin Vault. You can still convert that into your currency, like converting it from Bitcoins or to cryptocurrency to rands. So people, they didn't understand that until today. Now, most of people in South Africa, they understand it. Globally, people, they understand that they can convert currency to another currency. So it is just the same, but they still need to understand the concept behind it.
So in a way, if I use my supermarket type example, I may have some loyalty points at a supermarket, I may have some loyalty points at a restaurant, and I may have some loyalty points at a clothing retailer. Those would be similar to the different types of cryptocurrencies that are available.
It is exactly similar.
And at the end, I would then trade that on my typical RAN purchases in order to swap those for rands, I can make a purchase.
Exactly. You can easily redeem it.
Similar concept.
Similar, and there's no much difference in it. It's only that people, they just need to understand the other side of technology, because now they are used to the shops already. So when they hear about the loyal points, some they take it serious, some they don't take it serious.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But then you start wondering, why don't people take it seriously? Because some of these loyalty programs don't seem to have much value in them whatsoever. Other loyalty programs really do make a difference to how much money you're spending and how much you're getting for the money that you're spending.
It is true.
And maybe you're getting more. Maybe you're not spending less, but maybe you're getting more for the same money.
Which is true. Which is true.
That must be similar in terms of cryptocurrencies.
There is much similarities in that. I can say it is just like the same, only that the technology that they use is a bit different. But when you look at it closely, it is just the same, in the sense that as you be able to get those loyalties or those points, you can still redeem them and convert them into your local currency that will allow you to purchase anything that you would like to purchase in that kind of franchise or shop, whatever that you want to. And this is just the same as Bitcoin. This is the same as cryptocurrency. And anything that you want to do with it, you can do with it. For example, we were talking about Tesla cars some minutes ago. They were actually accepting Bitcoins as a form of payments, which means that you can be able to convert your Bitcoins to any currency globally. So it's not. It's more like a currency that is not limited. So you can convert it anytime, any moment as you want, and you'll be able to really get something that you want to buy from the shop. So just like you can buy fuel with it, if you convert Bitcoins, you can still buy airtime with it. You can buy a ticket flight with it. You can also buy cars with it. You can buy houses with it. So it is a simple thing that you can do. You can go for spree shopping without any limitations, because you can still use the credit card, just like your bank card that you do use. So it is the same as your loyalty card that you'll be getting from Pick n Pay, Spar, and other shops. So that's the very same thing, only that people, they just need to get used and to get knowledge about it on how they can use it. And then from there, they will be now participating in this evolving world, which is in this crypto space.
It remains a fascinating area and a fascinating concept. I personally believe it's unfortunate that the word cryptocurrency has come about, because people tend to think, as soon as it goes crypto, they think, oh, cryptic crossword, I can't do those things. That's just, it sounds like something that's obscure, something that's vague, something that it's hiding away the truth. Exactly. The word crypto sometimes doesn't mean good things to people. And if it had to be called a digital currency, I'm sure it would have caught on a lot quicker. That's just my personal take on it.
It is true, but people, they just, it's just a term or the terminology that they use, or the word itself, that people can maybe adopt to or not. But in this case, you can say digital currency. If you say digital currency, if you say cryptocurrency, it is one something. There's no much difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's just like we're talking about it now. You can buy airtime from the shop. What do? You go with your money. You go buy Pick n Pay. You go and buy your airtime straight away, or you can swipe by the card. You do not actually produce your hard cash. It runs, but you actually swipe using digital.
You did it digitally and electronically.
Exactly.
You traded a currency.
What you're getting actually the same value in digital as well, and you're using it digital as well. So people, they just need to understand that when we talk about cryptocurrency, we're talking about digital, and they're already actually living into digital space, which is actually the digital life that we're living today. Only that some people, they will be still holding back, like thinking maybe we still need to use money, which is actually quite a disadvantaged thing, because you don't need to really hold hard cash, or you don't need to continuously holding your cards. Like I was looking at the other video recently, I just forget the name of the country. They don't use money anymore. They don't use credit cards anymore. All that they just do is, as they get into the shop, they just take from their hand. There's a chip already that is there, and they can actually purchase with that. So why would we not just move into digital space? Why are we still moving back?
You can see the whole world is definitely moving in that direction.
Indeed.
And I think there's resistance to change. People tend to get into a comfort zone, and because we've been doing it for 1,000 years, we'll continue doing that for another 1,000 years. But really, we have to move beyond what you were saying as well. We have to move beyond landline telephones, and we have to move beyond fax machines,
Exactly.
and live in today's world of email and WhatsApp, etc.,
Exactly.
and immediate communication and digital currency.
Exactly, and this is why we are coming with the knowledge that we're giving people for free without them paying anything. Because other people, if they are to go to the institute to learn about this, it's quite very expensive. So this is actually free, whether you are actually employed, you are unemployed, or you have just trained. It doesn't really matter. You just get the knowledge and you get along with it. And if you need to change your life, you just actually get to to engage with it and start moving with it, because this is quite very simple. You don't need to have a degree, you don't need to have a PhD, you don't need to have anything. You just need only you and the knowledge and your phone. That is simple.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Don't need to have millions, you just need to get started.
Prince, I just want to cover this subject again, because to me it's always fascinating chatting with you and the rest of your team. We've chatted with Fania, we've chatted with Fiona, we've chatted with Patricia, now we're chatting with you. It's interesting to understand that your approach to helping people understand this world of cryptocurrency or digital currency is that you stand shoulder to shoulder with the person and you walk through the process together with them. So you're aligning yourselves to people that may not be totally comfortable with digital currencies, and helping people go through this process. It's such an interesting, fresh way of looking at how to deal with cryptocurrency.
It is indeed, yes. So in this case, like we were talking about earlier, we have the community that has no clue about what's happening. So how can we really awake our community, and how could we change people's lives easily? It's because we are here to do that. So if we don't put ourselves in this situation whereby we are to help people that already have the tools, but they don't know how to use it. So it's everyone, I can say everyone out there in our community, in our areas, in different locations, in different countries. People, they just need to get educated. And like I said, education has to be actually a free thing, in the sense that everyone can really have free access to the information that they need. So at this stage, we are actually training freely for everyone that want to participate in crypto space. And we do it free of charge, we don't charge, and we give you knowledge. And you also learn through the way. So as we take through people on the stages on how they can actually go about it and change their life, how they can benefit from it, and how can actually take advantage of the crypto space, at least the community will definitely change, or will definitely move to a better place.
It certainly seems that way. And having that very wise, very matured way of approaching such a brand new subject is not that commonplace at the moment. Most organizations, most entities, most people that are saying to other people out there, come, I'll show you about cryptocurrency, seem to want something in it immediately for themselves.
Which is actually happening.
It gives the industry a little bit of a bad name, doesn't it?
It is, but now people, they just need to understand one thing, because there are so many companies that will come in the name of Bitcoin, in the name of cryptocurrency or blockchain technology. Even somewhere like saying Luno, I can help you to use Luno, but they're not actually using Luno. They're actually scamming people. So this is why we need to educate our community that they don't really fall for such people, and also see the company that is legit and the transparency of the company, because all companies will come and say we're doing cryptocurrency. At the end, they actually scam people. But we have to look at the company itself, the legitimacy of the company, and also the transparency of the company as well. Because most of people, they come and say, I've been scammed by this company, and they were talking about cryptocurrency. At the end, you see that the company was not doing cryptocurrency. You see, and also the company was not existing. So in this case, we talk about the business that we know this is actually a real thing, and we also guide you through until you see the transparency of the company, and also we educate you how to see whether the company is legit or not, because you will never join a company that doesn't have a CEO. the company that doesn't have the legitimate papers, which is the registration papers, the company that is not registered within the governance, the company that is not doing what they say, because the company should have real offices, real people, and also it has to be visible even if you look online. So, for example, we have so many companies that will come and say they are trading. But if you really look at the roots of the company, it's not there. It's not really existing. So we actually educate people how they can learn, how they can actually take advantage, how they can actually track and trace all this information before they take a further step into participating in the company. That's what we do.
It's always fascinating to look at how many different things are going on in the country and not just in our country, but globally, where people are being scammed out of things. We just saw a very high-profile situation in South Africa with an organization apparently called Mr. Shopper. When there's no such company, it's just a website, and it was scamming people out of making purchases online on behalf of suppliers, etc. And people got scammed out of it. You say people should be looking at making sure that the company you're dealing with is a legitimate company and that it has proper officers, it is a registered entity, it's a registered company, for example. What are some of the red flags, just very briefly, that people should be looking out for? If they do come across somebody that's offering them something that seems a little bit too good to be true, what do they need to look for? What would you say are the red flags?
So first thing first, if someone comes to you and introduces to a new company to you, and the company doesn't have a CEO, because all the companies should have a CEO, and the person should be visible and also have the evidence enough of having him with people. Besides having him with people, the papers of the company should be also there. Also, the governance also should have the way that they have approved the company to be also doing such business in the country or around the globe, for example. And also, the website of the company should be registered, also be traceable, and also the information that we really need to really look at mostly, the offices of the company should be there. Also, we need to have the evidence of where the trading is really happening. Because they come and say they're trading, but you don't see where exactly the trading is happening. They come and show you the computers. But also remember, there is the revenue of the company that you will see that they are making this much a day. Also on the trading company digitally, we will also see it. You can track and trace it online. So if you can be able to see all that, then you can gather more information. You can also check with governance websites that also show that the company is actually an existing company. It is actually the company that is doing what they are doing. So it is one of the most important things that people should look at.
Yeah, some of those are obvious, some of those aren't so obvious. And to check on a company website or a company existence in South Africa is quite straightforward. The government does offer a website where all companies, all registered companies in South Africa are listed and recognized. And if the company is closed, it will say so.
Exactly. If the company is closed, they should also revisit and see when the company is stopped.
Sure.
And people, they will then be able to follow up to see if they can be able to get their money back. And also, there should be the transparency in the company in day-to-day basis. For example, you cannot join a company that you don't see the CEO either on Zoom meeting, on the events, and also participating in any other global meeting, the summit conference and all that. Because obviously, if the company is in crypto space, you have to see the CEOs participating in international global, or I can say global meetings. For example, we have meetings that will happen in connection with companies in America, Dubai, and all those people should be also be transparent over there. You don't need to have a company that you don't see the CEO, you don't know the CEO, you don't have the connection or any information that to direct you to the besides the CEO, other people in business as well. So it's very, very important.
It's not difficult to find these things, but most people don't. They just take a chance and they go with somebody they know or somebody was referred, and maybe not being referred with the best intentions.
That does happen a lot. So we advise people to at least look much deeper into whatever that they are being presented to. and also check by themselves before they participate in it. So I can say people, they have to do deep due intelligence to see whether they are really doing the right business or not. So due diligence needs to be done every time.
And it comes straight back to what we were chatting about earlier, is that you and your team work shoulder to shoulder together with anyone interested to work with you. So there's no risk, there's
Transparency.
absolute transparency, and there's total comfort
Exactly.
in
Indeed.
dealing with yourselves. This is why I love chatting with you and your team on regular Monday mornings, because the way that you're approaching it is without risk to the client. The client doesn't risk anything. He doesn't have to put huge amounts of money in to be able to reach you, to be able to chat with you. You'll speak about it, and you'll encourage them to partake in this world. That's the business that you're in. But it's at such transparency that there's no risk for a potential client.
Exactly.
That's what I find fascinating about
Which
chatting
is
with
why
you
we're
and
doing
your team. It's an interesting, fresh approach to things, and in an area where so many people are saying, I'm just confused. I don't know. You're saying, okay, I'm comfortable knowing enough about this. Let me share some of my comfort with you. Let's go together hand in hand through this process.
This is what we do. That's why we always come to you and we talk about this, that the community should be educated about. And it's very important that people should get to know about this now than later.
Yeah, absolutely. As time goes by, the opportunity is becoming less and less to get involved at the right time as such.
Indeed, indeed. So now talking about, going back to what we're talking about, cryptocurrency, we have so many altcoins that are out there, and we have more than 6,000 type of cryptocurrencies that are actually listed out there as well on different exchanges, legitimate exchanges that we have globally as well in different countries, different nations. So we have this type of a coin, which is electric cash. I think people, they just need to know about it, because I think most of the people that were doing cryptocurrency before, they didn't really understand much deeper, and also there are some other technology that will be coming along with it that is actually helping people in terms of the transacting and all that. So like now, as we can see, Mining City has developed this type of coin called electric cash. So this coin actually is helping in the sense that it is speeding up the transactions. Whenever you transact, it doesn't need to take years for you to receive it or days for you. You receive it instantly. That's why they call it electric cash. So in this case, it means that it is way faster than any other transaction that we would think of, right? And we also have the backed up type of coin as well from the same company called Mining City, and this coin is called Bitcoin Vault. So this coin actually has so much advantages than any other type of coins that we think of, which is actually promising in the future. It can be really way better than any other coins that we have, or it can be more competitive, like I can say important than the other coins that we have. Because remember, we look at the technicality of the business, the technology behind the coin, because that's what drives the coin value to go up. Also, that helps the coin to gain value on the market, and also the mass adoption of the coin globally. So with this coin, Bitcoin Vault, it allows so many things that was not happening before and that affected a lot of people before, which is, remember, in the old days, even now, if you send Bitcoin, Bitcoin value to the wrong wallet address, for you to get it back, you have zero chances to get it. But with the coin that Mining City is now providing, which is Bitcoin Vault, it allows you to reverse the transaction in 24 hours, within 24 hours. So for example, I send you the Bitcoins, and I realized that I sent you the Bitcoins to the wrong wallet address that you gave me. You gave me the BTC wallet address instead of Bitcoin Vault wallet address, just like the bank account. You give me FNB bank account instead of Standard bank account, and I send it to that account. Obviously, for me to get for you to get the money, it won't come to you straight. It takes forever, because we need to actually to reverse it. We need to go and consult with the bank, and the process is very long. But with Bitcoin Vault, if you send it now and you realize that you sent to the wrong wallet, you have the opportunity to go and actually cancel the transaction and reverse it. And that's the third key that they use. Meaning that if someone hacks into your account, you have the opportunity to now go and reverse the transaction or cancel the transaction and have your money back, which is very, very important. This doesn't really happen easily, but now with this crypto space that we have, that's what we're saying. People should now adopt into this crypto space and be educated. Then they will be able to live a free life without any fear, without any stress. This is why we are actually educating people about cryptocurrency.
Sounds like a win-win situation in every way possible.
It is indeed.
Prince, where do people contact you? Where do they find you?
My number is 062-119-1925.
Give that number again.
062-119-1925. And my social media is Prince Abraham Chiparawi.
Say that slowly.
Prince Abraham Chiparawi. That's my social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I use the very same information on my YouTube. They can visit it again. It's Prince Abraham Chiparawi. They can contact me anytime. We will be able to have a discussion. They can watch YouTubes there. I have so much videos that educate people about how they can actually participate in different platforms that they can be able to convert their money. Like, for example, I want to just mention a few here. We have Luno, we have ChainX, which is local exchanger for South Africa, and they are registered and regulated in South Africa. And we have Altcoin Trader, we have local Bitcoin, we have different type of exchanges that people can take advantage in terms of converting their money into cryptocurrency.
If people want to come along and see you in your office, where do they find you?
We are actually in Randburg. That's where our office is, just right at
Oriental Plaza.
Oriental Plaza.
Oriental Plaza.
Yes.
Aha.
That's where we are.
That's where they find you.
That they can find us there every time, anytime that they come. From Monday to Sunday.
Do they need to make an appointment beforehand?
They can call, they can come in anytime.
How comforting is that? And that's what I think people need to know, is that when it comes to dealing with cryptocurrency, there is comfort in dealing with the right people.
Which is good. So in this case, we are there to educate people. So there's always comfort if you get education for free without paying anything.
From the right people.
Exactly.
It doesn't cost you anything. The risk is
It's
nothing
as
because
good as
it's
that.
totally transparent.
Yes.
All you need to do is get involved.
Just get involved and start participating in it and get educated freely without paying anything.
Your telephone number one more time, Prince?
It's 062-119-1925.
There we go.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure having you in the studio with us this morning chatting cryptocurrency.
Thank you so much.
Digital
Steve,
currency. I'm going to say digital currency.
to make
Because
it easier for everyone.
Well, people go cryptic, when it's cryptic, it just sounds a little bit like, it's obscure. Digital, that's something I can get involved in.
Exactly.
It just seems to me that that's the better word. It makes more sense.
It is indeed. People, they find it difficult when we talk about crypto or encrypted currency. But when you say digital, the thing is just easy. But anyway, it's the terminology.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Nothing to be afraid of. People, they just need to be educated and then they can get used to it.
And with you and the team standing by, people wanting to
Always.
know a little bit more about it, wanting to be comforted going into this world. And we know that South Africans are inquisitive people. We want to know more about these things. And people are welcome to give you a call. Of course, if anyone wants to know a little bit more about it, there is information on our website, www.platinumgoaldradio.com, about cryptocurrency, and the links that we have there will bring people straight through to you and your team.
Indeed. And also, if they want more information, we also have the website that we have that we educate for free, that people, they can just visit and then they can learn for free, which is www.cryptomaster Academy, and then they just actually feel free to visit it and they can learn.
Master Academy.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's www.cryptomasteracademy.com.
.com.
Yes.
Cryptomasteracademy.com.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. Prince, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure, and we welcome you back to Platinum Gold Radio. One of these fine Monday mornings, you and your team always chatting with us and making us feel a little bit more comfortable each time we chat with you about this interesting new digital money world. Absolute fascination. Please be safe and please go well.
Thank you so much, Steve. Be safe and keep up.
We'll chat again soon.